Hey, what's going on, guys? We're glad that you joined us here this evening to learn a little bit about what we're doing. We're excited to share with you guys exactly what the three of us have been working on for the past 6 months or so. We've really been working to put some content together that's going to be great for you guys, for your offices. And really what we're going to kind of go through today, just kind of the why we're doing what we're doing, and really how it all works, and what we're doing. So, just kind of to get started tonight, really the background of why we started doing this. Dr. Anthony and I, this last summer, we were talking on the phone, just chatting about our practices, chatting about daily handouts and how much time it was taking us. We could tell that every single night, we were sitting at home, putting content together. We were doing all of this stuff. It was so time consuming. It was taking our team time, hours a week to get everything done, and it just was a huge pain point. So we started talking about why. I said, yeah, I was kind of joking with Dr. Anthony actually, and I said, well, why don't we just start a handout company? And his joking response back to me was, well, yeah, why don't we do that? So we kind of started working on things, and a couple weeks later, I'm talking to Dr. Dan, and he said, man, he said, I've really been thinking about starting to do a handout company, and I've been working on it a little bit, starting to get some content together. So we brought our three heads together and started ChiroEdge, and essentially, our why is really to bring chiropractic to our communities, so that way people can understand that chiropractic is about more than just neck pain, back pain, headaches, which I know that all of you know, but we wanted to be able to do it in a consistent, branded manner that all of our offices wanted, something that was really sexy, something that looked good, that represented our practices well. So, not only that, but we know that there's a lot of misinformation in the chiropractic world. I mean, how many times have you heard a statistic that's thrown out about chiropractic, and you're like, that just doesn't sound quite like it's true. We've literally laid our eyes on every single piece of research, every single article that's coming out. We've put our own eyes on it. We've read through it and put in the content that we know is true. The things that we know are going to keep you above reproach when someone asks, "Can I get that reference?" But not only that, but it's increased table talk. People are asking us questions. Well, I didn't know that chiropractic could help with this or that or the other, and it allows us to be able to do that, which is the whole point of the daily handouts, but also to be able to bring that to out into the community. I actually had a mom today who was telling me how she was asking me, she said, hey, who's that Dr. Dan guy that I see posting all this stuff about on ChiroEdge about this research? So, I mean, they're even seeing the things that we're posting, and she lives in Chicago, and she's seeing stuff that someone is posting in Pennsylvania. So it's getting out there, and it's being reached. But not only that, it's getting out even to the healthcare professionals. Right now in our office, I have a NICU nurse, and she's got into a part of her care where she's only coming once a week, but she's asking me for all of the articles from the previous days. So that way, because she's taking them to the hospital and she's actually posting them in the workroom, so that way the other nurses as well as the doctors have the ability and access to see exactly what chiropractic can do, and she sees that because of the amazing results that we're consistently showing through chiropractic care, and that's really what it's about. Our goal is to be able to take something off of your guys' plates that we know can be a problem. So, that's really what we're doing. There's also a social media aspect to this, which is, we know that social media is the next avenue for marketing and to be able to give you the content that you need. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Anthony, let him share a few things. just so you guys know, throughout the call, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and post them to our Facebook page. That way we can go through and answer them throughout. And we'll answer any and all of those questions at the end to make sure that you guys are in the loop with everything. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Anthony.
All right, thanks, Dr. Kendall. Yeah, I'm really excited for this launch. We're going to be launching on December 4th. Will be the very first handout to go out. But the thing is, each of us we've been working on, Dr. Kendall mentioned we've been working on this project for about 6 months. We've actually been utilizing a lot of the handouts and the daily shares in our practices for the last month and a half, 2 months. And a lot of what I can see in terms of change is a lot more engagement, a lot more excitement. One day I didn't bring out a handout right away for a family. They were like, where's today's information? Because they're really excited to learn. But one of my favorite changes in engagements from our practice members with the handouts and the daily shares was I've been taking care of a child, of a family. They're a family of about 5, and we've just been taking care of the one kid. He came in as a referral with some really debilitating ADHD, to the point where I got really emotional when we sat down and did his initial consultation, because kid was just really drugged up, and his dad said, hey, like, this isn't my son, this is a zombie. Like, this isn't who he is. I don't know who this person is. So obviously, you guys know, very specific neurologically based chiropractic care, exactly what you thought happened exactly what you thought would happen, right? Kids taking less medications, kids doing better in school, having less outbursts, getting along with kids better, getting along with his family better. All those different changes that we're so used to seeing with chiropractic in our offices that we're hungry to get out into the community is exactly what happened. Now, obviously, we're a big family care practice, so we're educating all the time on exactly, on getting the rest of the family under care, getting the other kids under care, getting the parents under care, and just kind of hitting something different every time. Now, typically, and just kind of says, shows how the stars really align. Typically, dad brings in kiddo, kiddo gets adjusted, and they go off on their way. Well, one day last month, we featured a case study from the Journal of Pediatric Maternal Family Health on traumatic brain injury. And that one day that we happened to feature that article, mom brings kiddo, right? He comes in, he gets adjusted, and she kind of hangs out reading that handout for an extra minute. And what she sees, or what she says is, hey, my other son, he doesn't have a traumatic brain injury, but a lot of the changes that this handout, that this other child had in this case study, like changes with balance, changes with cognitive ability, memory, with chiropractic, that's the kind of stuff that my other child's been suffering from. He didn't have a traumatic brain injury, but he's actually had cancer twice. He's had 2 brain surgeries. He's actually had parts of his brain removed due to this cancer. Before his first surgery, he actually was labeled with a photographic memory. And since then, he's having some day-to-day issues. He's having some issues with balance, some processing, some dysgraphia. She didn't describe it as that, but difficulty writing, although he could spell out loud, these different issues. And she said, I don't expect chiropractic to fix this, but do you think that this might be able to just help his quality of life? To which I said, absolutely. I would love to get him checked. I would love to do a consultation. I would love to do an assessment. And the thing is, I've been educating them on this for months since the kid's been under care. And it finally just took that one handout, that one time, to really push them over the edge, gave them something tangible to take home with them, gave them something tangible for her to take home, give to her husband and say, hey, next week, we're bringing our other son in because he needs to get checked. All right. So with that, what we are passionate about, what we want for you guys is to have this constantly changing stream of information, stream of educational information into your practice. It's important to have those trifold brochures, right? It's important to have those research articles, the research tower in your office. That's all really important. But what we really want to do is be your ally to bring in a constantly changing stream of information, a different handout every day, and a corresponding social media post. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and pull up right now the email that you guys will be receiving as members, as a part of our family with ChiroEdge, just to show you exactly what that looks like. Let me just go ahead and pull this up. It's going to get weird for a second here. Okay, we're back. Here we go. The heck is it? Great. Okay, so this is an example of an email that you'll receive. All right, Sunday night, what's going to happen? This is going to be a great email that you guys are going to get. Okay, and it's going to say, what the heck is happening? Give me one sec. I'm going to pull this back up. All right, that was really weird. I apologize. All right, so it's going to go say, hey, your handouts are here. Wow, it's really exciting. This kid's really, really excited. Where you're going to come right on here, you're going to click this button that goes to this week's content. Okay, it's just going to take a quick second to load. Now, this folder is going to be your individual folder. You and only you have access to it. It's going to have labeled each week that you receive it. You're going to come right in, and we're just going to go ahead and use this November 6th week as an example. And right here, this is going to be what you receive for the week. Okay, there's going to be 3 daily handouts and 3 corresponding social media posts. Just show you guys what that looks like. Come in handout 1, do Monday, do Tuesday, do Wednesday, whatever it is. This handout was for chiropractic and asthma. Right here on the bottom, you can see the reference. Okay, everything we do that mentions any sort of chiropractic or scientific fact at all is always referenced, so you know that it's for real. It's not made up. And this is my logo for my individual practice right here with my phone number and my email address. That's going to be yours. Okay. That's going to be your branded information right there. We come into another handout. Another example of what we had going on is just some fight or flight, talking about the difference between fight or flight and rest and digest and how chiropractic has to do with that. Okay. Handout 3 is going to be a nice case study on chiropractic and autism from the Journal of Pediatric Maternal and Family Health. Any of you guys who know me individually know that I'm very, very passionate about helping children on the spectrum with different special needs, neurodevelopmental challenges. So I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't a pretty good focus, a pretty good hit on that, pretty good hit on pediatrics, because that's really what the type of offices that we all have, okay? And then here are 3 daily shares. Now, each of these correspond with our handout in the office. So if somebody says, hey, this is really cool, I want to give it to a friend, hey, well, also we had this post on our Facebook today as well. You can share it and you get it out to even more people. Thank you so much for being a part of our mission. All right. Those are all the 3 posts that we have. All right. For example, of 1 week. Now, the reason that we did 3 was a lot of the offices that we're associated with, just like our offices, are open 4 days a week. Now, what we want you to do, what we really passionate, we want this to be individualized to your office. So the 4th day, we recommend that you give out a testimonial from your practice, not somebody else's testimonial, but something that actually happened in your office, okay? Because this is all about remaining an individual, right? This is all about remaining and separating yourself, showing yourself as the authority, becoming a part, having your practice members feel more of a community, more of a family, more beyond mission to spread out this information out to your community and really just give them another avenue to do so. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Dr. Dan, who's really going to give you guys the nitty-gritty details on, hey, we already know this stuff is awesome. Well, what do we have to do in order to get it? So thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Dr. Anthony, do you want to go into what we're working with in terms of 10% of the proceeds?
Oh, absolutely. Thanks, Dr. Dan. So, of course, I was supposed to mention this. One of the things that we're really passionate about, as we mentioned, is research, obviously, right? Is pediatrics. Obviously, we've already talked about that. When Dr. Kendall mentioned that the reason this started was because we were on a phone call and we were like, hey, making handouts kind of stinks. We want to make them better. What do we do? That wasn't a lie. That's literally how this company started. So with that, we are hugely passionate about giving back to the profession. So we want you guys to know right now, this is official, this is on the internet for all people to know. We want you guys to know that we've dedicated that no less than 10% of our proceeds will ever go back to the chiropractic profession. So right now, 10% of all profits that are made through ChiroEdge are getting split between the Foundation for Vertebral Subluxation as well as the International Chiropractic Pediatric Association. Those are 2 organizations that we're hugely passionate about, and we want you to know that every dollar, right, that you put in every dollar that you put into us goes back to the profession in some way that supports specific neurologically based chiropractic care.
Awesome. Very good. Well, good evening, everybody. I'm going to get down into, some of the nuts and bolts of exactly what we're doing with this pre-launch special. But, I just want to mention a couple things that have been so important to me and having the opportunity to work every day with our community, I think one of the areas that is the most fun and enjoyable is the opportunity to connect with people and to influence them every day. If you get a few minutes as you're adjusting them or whatever the case may be, when you're having a conversation, it's an opportunity to take advantage of and to influence them in a positive way, to change the way that they're thinking about their healthcare. I think that's one of the things as leaders in our communities that's very important. And I think we can agree on that. And what this has allowed us to do is get that information to people, just another, not the only avenue, but another avenue, in digestible terms, and that we can lean on. So today, for example, our handout was on ear infections and, how the ears drain and how irritation, to the vagus nerve in the upper cervical area causes blockage of that drainage, and how we can influence that on a corrective nature at the source of the issue. And it was really cool because I wound up speaking with a mom of one of our youngest practice members about that, and also one of our oldest practice members about how she's having some drainage issues over the last week or so. So it's relevant content, and I think when we set out, just like the other guys here described, when we set out to put this together, is something that's going to save us time, doing this together and delivering it to you. And I think the other thing that's really important is the mental clarity and the peace of mind, knowing that your handouts are done and organized ahead of time. Each week they're going to be waiting for you. I think that's something, just taking that off of your plate, taking it off of our plates, by having this done ahead of time is really worth a lot, more than the money involved in it, would be the time, would be the effort, having that clarity and certainty that not only do you have this content ready to go, ready for your team, it's organized, you can count on it, but also that it's backed by research, it's relevant, accurate information. So anyway, I think that's my favorite part about what we're doing, is really just having that piece of the puzzle. There's so many variables and there's so many things in practice that you want to have these moving parts working together. And I think, having this piece of the puzzle already taken care of is really valuable. So it's valuable to us. We figured it'd be valuable to you also. That's why we put this together. So the nuts and bolts of what we have going on right now is that our pre-launch special is on a monthly basis. Number one, there's no contracts. It's not, something that you're locked into. We don't do that. If it's valuable to you, that's great. We want to provide the service. There's not any contracts. However, on a monthly basis, the pre-launch special is $99 a month for the service. With that, you'll get what Dr. Anthony described there that he showed you on the screen share, the 3 handouts per week and the 3 daily shares for your social media. Again, all branded to your practice with your logo, with your information contact-wise for your email, and your phone number as well. So that'll be waiting for you in your inbox. So $99 a month for that. The other thing is that we're waiving our setup fee. So we've been working on this for a long time. We're getting folks ready to go here, and the first week of service is going to be next week. It's going to be December 4th, Sunday. The first batch goes out. So we've had a lot of you guys sign up already, and we're ready to go with the content. And so what we want to do is continue to build this. If you're going to get on board, if you're going to sign up, you want to do it, we want to get your stuff ready. So, that's why we're providing the incentive for the pre-launch special. So $99 a month, no setup fee. That's good till Friday, December 2nd. Okay. So just in a few days here towards the end of the week. Thereafter, it's going to be $119 a month with a $50 setup fee. So, it's not an extraordinary amount more, but that's the incentive to get going. And I think really the value that it's going to add is what we described before, and saving you guys time and getting you ready to go. So that's going to start on Sunday. And hopefully you guys have put some questions in there, and we'll run through those and any questions you guys have. Dr. Anthony, do we have any questions rolled in?
All right, let me take a quick look. All right, so it doesn't look like we have anybody who's posted any questions so far, other than we've been told that we're so hot right now. Thanks, Dr. Dan Wallace. But what we want to do is we definitely want to, if you guys have any questions at all, the service itself I feel is very self-explanatory. But if you guys want to post any questions you have on the Facebook page, reach out to us individually. we'll definitely be more than willing to reach out to you guys, make sure that we have all of your questions answered. We're really, really excited to get going with this. It's going to be huge for your community, huge for your practice, and just really free up some time, as well as, like we said, we want to be your ally in education of your practice members. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Dr. Anthony, I did actually have one, I had one text message that someone had asked. They asked how do they go on and sign up? Would you mind answering that?
Can you repeat? You want to say that one more time?
So the question was how do they sign up? Where do they go?
Okay, yeah, if you want to go to our website at ChiroEdgeMedia.com, there is a subscribe now button, and I'll actually just go ahead and screen share that with you guys real quickly just to make that nice and easy. If you want to go to ChiroEdgeMedia.com, right up here is a subscribe now button, brings you to the order page. What you're going to want to do is definitely put in that promo code influence. All right, so make sure that we're going to go ahead and waive this $50 setup fee, and going to go ahead and discount that down to $99. That's not something that we'll ever offer again. We never want to go ahead and we're never going to go do a a forever discount ever again. So really make sure you get this in before this ends next week. All right. All right, guys. Well, with that, I wanted to thank all you guys so much for being on the call tonight. Hope you guys got some really, really good information. I know I'm personally looking forward to this. Looking forward to getting this out in the office, getting this out into the community. So thank you guys so much for being on the call tonight.
Have a great night, guys.